Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to simulate a slider crank mechanism by making use of MSc Adams software. So first I'm giving the name here, that is slider underscore crank. Do note that we cannot use the spaces while giving the naming. So first I'll model the crank, which is a rotating part here. I'm going to select one of the solid bodies which resembles like a wheel. I'm going to create a crank of suitable size. After this I'll create the connecting rod which links the crank and the piston like this. The line of action of the center of the crank and the motion of the piston should be same. Afterwards I'm going to create the piston like this, and I'm not going to create a cylinder because cylinder anyway is a stationary part, and I'll let the ground itself be that stationary part. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to establish the connections. So the first connection is the revolute joint between the ground and the wheel, that is crank here. The second connection is the rotary joint between crank and connecting rod. And the third rotary joint is between connecting rod and the piston like this. We also have a slider joint between the piston and the ground, which is the fixed part. And the piston will exhibit a linear motion, or basically the reciprocatory motion in this direction like this. So I'm creating this joint as well. So next I'm going to give the input motion at the crank, that is revolute motion. Next I'm going for simulation. Here end time I'll select 12 seconds, steps to be done it in is 200. So let's see how we can simulate the crank and slider mechanism. As you can see, it is successfully complete. Now we need to extract the results. We'll go to post processor, and as usual I'll just split this display into two parts. In one I'm going to add curves, and in another I'm going to upload the simulation, or basically load the animation simultaneously. Okay, here I'll right click and I'll load the animation, and here I'll left click and I'll select part 4. And part 4 is basically the slider which moves about x-axis. So I'll click on x-axis and I'll add the curves like this. I'll get a curve like this. And let's say if I want the rotary motion of part 3, that is connecting rod, I'll click on part 3 and I'll select angular velocity and I'll select z-axis. I'll get the curve for that as well. So this is how to simulate a slider crank mechanism by using MSc Adams software. Thank you.